Just a quick scroll before I get to school. Love you too. When will you be home? Come on, notes here somewhere. These dang kids. I can't stop the feeling. Talk about bad hair day. Oh man.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to 235 O'Callahan Way, where the Lynn Classical Rams are hosting the Hudson High School Hawks. We got some playoff volleyball happening here as we approach the end of the month of October, round of 32. Lynn Classical standing at a ranking right now in the Division III MIAA bracket, number 13, 18-2 record so far. Hudson coming in this one with a number 20 ranking, 9 wins, 10 losses for the Hawks. Looking forward to this one. We don't get to cover a lot of volleyball. I'm your announcer tonight from Lynn Educational Television, Sean Donahue, thanking you for tuning in. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell for all the up-to-date sports and events happening right here in the Lynn Public Schools. We got our crew from Classical up here on the perch, bringing you these smooth and steady shots. Davian working on camera, and Ethan working on graphics for you. If you're one of our Comcast and Verizon subscribers, please continue to subscribe. Without you, we wouldn't be able to offer the Lynn Public School District with a television media curriculum starting at the 6th grade level all the way through the senior year. Classical coming into this one, hoping for another victory. 3-time in a row GBL champions, the Lynn Classical Rams. Starting off to serve for the Rams is going to be Nadia Wonowski. And we're going to come to about mid-court right now for the beginning ceremony and anthem.
And actually today we have a special presentation national anthem performed by the old Lynn Classical's Bridget Toomey.
Starting lineups have been announced. Anthem has been played. Both teams taking the court. And MIAA Division III round of 32 underway here at Lynn Classical, located at 235 O'Callahan Way. Happy to have you today. My first volleyball game. I'll do my best with the lingo. Happy we were able to get you out the signal live. We got Ethan first time on graphics tonight, so we're going to bring you our best effort. We got our A squad here ready to go to bring you the round of 32. First game of the playoffs for the Rams as well as the Hawks. Classical coming into this one with a ranking of number 13 in the state, 18-2 record. Hudson, number 20, 9-10 record. Hudson coming out of the Midland Wachusett League, or Mid-Wach League. Classical GBL champions once again, 3 years in a row. 4 out of the 5 years, or the 4 out of the last 5 years, Lynn Classical walking away as GBL champions. Classical making it into the state tournament in the last 2 years. Last year, their season ended in the round of 16 against Medfield, and Medfield went on to win the state championship. The year before that, they were the runner-up. And Classical's got to start with the serve, taking that responsibility. Wearing number 2, Emma Chevalier. Nice set, able to get a touch and over, and a failed attempt there by the Hawks. First point of the first set. Classical to serve. Hudson on the return. Good set there for Brooke Braswell. Braswell's attempt at a spike blocked by Hudson. 1-1 here in the first set. Over to Hudson for the serve. Taking that responsibility for the Hawks. Wearing number 11, Kylie Andrade. And able to start it off clean with an ace. Back to the serving area here on the Hawks side. Kylie Andrade, senior captain. Serving for the second time against the Hawks. Good dig there by Classical. And Hudson able to get the touch right and over. Classical starting out slow. Hudson getting to work right away. Andrade set to serve. Going for the middle. Jumping up to the attacking area. Good set there. Brooke Braswell with the spike. 2-3 here in the first set. Few substitutions. Jada Tayada coming onto the court for the Rams, as well as Shayla Ariskic. Classical to serve. Shayla Ariskic on the serve. Good dig by Hudson. Able to volley that one over. Now Classical's libero on the set. Classical gets the best of that one. Good heads-up play by Emma Chevalier. Three all here in the first. The serve by Shayla Ariskic. Received well by Hudson. And a solid spike right up and over by Hudson's very own number 9, Macy Cooper, a senior captain, playing in the mid position today. The serve coming from Julia Colarulo this time. Colarulo with an ace in her first serve here against Lynn Classical. Colarulo on the serve again. Well received by Classical's libero. Good set here. Jada Tayada volleys it over. An attempt at trying to save it. Julia Colarulo. Last touch. Brooke Braswell now to serve. Received well by the Hudson libero. Up and over, just trying to live for another volley. Good set here, Jada Tayada on the attempt. Nice and clean, just at about the serving area. And Classical ties it up again. Braswell set to serve for the Rams. Good dig there by the libero, not good enough. got a little chicken wing there. Kylie Andrade trying to save it. Not enough bump on the ball to get under it. Braswell with the other serve. And able to get an ace on her third attempt. Brooke Braswell making it count. 7-5 here in the first set for the Rams. Braswell again with the serve. And hits the net. That point is going to go to Hudson. So after the point for Classical, Hudson serves over, well received by the Rams. Macy Cooper, senior captain, serving again. And an out-of-bounds call after the spike from Nehemiah Rasmussen. And a bit of a conference for our side of the court as our officials make the decision. That return out of bounds. Classical will be the beneficiary of the call. 8-6 here in the first set. First to 25 will take set number 1. Good serve by the Classical Rams up and over the Hudson Hawks. Good dig by Braswell. Set, Jada Tejada gets it over to live for another volley. Going on the spike. Hudson's number 8, Allison Frechette, playing in the mid position. 8-7 here. After the serve, hits the net, point Classical. And Clarissa Lopez on the serve there for Hudson. Jada Tejada approaches the serving area. Digging it out, Hudson gets a nice set. Attempt just inbounds there, point for Hudson. Nehemiah Rasmussen there on the play. Tejada will come out for the Rams, and Melissa Ariskic onto the court. Nehemiah Rasmussen with the serve. A little too far. That one's out of bounds. Point Lynn Classical. 10-8 here in the first set. A great serve there. And I guess technically you can count it as an ace. Azriela Jorge playing in the libero position, taking the serve. 11-8. Jorge with the serve. Good set by Hudson. Classical digs it out. Two players going for it. Volley back, just trying to get it over to live for another. And a touch. And an attempt at trying to save it there for the Rams. Stasia Winowski. And Winowski just about a foot away. Out of position to be able to get that one back over. Julia Barker. Sorry, not Julia Barker. Macy Cooper, senior captain, coming out on that one. The serve from Nehemiah Rasmussen, not dug well enough. Out of bounds. Hudson libero serves it up. Good dig by Classical's libero to get that one back. A bit of confusion between the two defensive specialists back there on who was going to try to set it. Abby Horton on the serve. Gets that one over. Not so well received by the Rams. They're able to retaliate and get back and live for another volley. Up and over, trying to go for the spike. And not exactly a block, but looking like it was going to get there. Julia Colarulo on the attempt. Classical with a 1-point advantage here in this first set. Emma Chevalier on the serve. Gets it over, and a great ace by Chevalier. And a little too wide of a set here for Hudson. Chevalier, once again, good dig by the Hawks. Good set, and a block by Brooke Braswell. There's a 14th point of the set for the Rams. Cooper in the mid position, trying to get it over. Brooke Braswell said, no, no, no. Chevalier on the serve again. Volleyed well, dug out. And Hudson trying to just touch it over. It wasn't high enough for Kylie Andrade to make it happen. Back to Emma Chevalier. Up and over. Good dig by Clarissa Lopes. That one way out after the set. 16-11. And we got a timeout, Lynn Classical. That gives us an opportunity to say thanks to those who are tuning in. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, smash that notification bell for all the up-to-date sports and events happening right here in the Lynn Public Schools District. I'm your announcer tonight, Sean Donahue. Here with me, my crew from Classical, Ethan working on graphics, and Davian up in the perch bringing you these smooth and steady shots. We also like to say thanks to our Comcast and Verizon subscribers. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to offer a television media curriculum to the students here within the Lynn Public District. Television media, an elective offered from the 6th grade level all the way to 12th. And a great way to be able to pad the stats on your resume and get a little bit of work experience if you're interested in pursuing television media. 235 O'Callahan Way is the site for the round of 32. Lynn Classical hosting the Hudson Hawks. 16-11, Chevalier able to serve that one over. Received well by the Hawks. Braswell with the spike. And an attempt at a block there by Hudson. Not received well enough. Macy Cooper. Chevalier on the serve. Well dug. Set. An attempt. Trying to get it over again. A nice spike by Lynn Classical. Macy Cooper receiving some coaching from Coach Joe and Trary. Chevalier finding herself a career back there. Well received the set. That one might just be out of bounds and out of reach for Julia Colarulo. 19-11 here in the first. And Chevalier with the hot hand. Up and over, dug out well by the Hawks. Good set. And another attempt to trying to get it up and over, blocked by the Rams. Macy Cooper getting stuffed at the front line. And a great job by the mid blocker out of Lynn Classical to make it work. 19-12. Over to Hudson for the serve. Received well by the Rams. Set is there. Up and over on an attempted block. That one out of bounds. Can they get it back up and over? Last touch on the ball for the Rams, wearing number 16, Meredith Kennedy. Kennedy will get the point. Kennedy will come off, as well as Melissa Ariskic. Shayla Ariskic to serve for the Rams, 20-12 here in the first set. Another block by Braswell, and Braswell is a tyrant out there. Braswell playing in the mid-blocker position. Ariskic with the serve. Hudson Libero dig that one out. Attempt trying to get it back up and over. Not even enough for Braswell to throw down another block. Hudson struggling to find the stroke here. as Classical, the beneficiary of a 22-12 lead here in the first set. Good volley up and over. Classical's Libero digs that one over. Good set. Braswell volleys it over for another chance at it. Good dig by the defensive specialist out of Classical. Braswell with a spike and another point. Classical can taste it here, hoping to walk away with the first set. If they keep playing like they are, it's history already. 23-12 here in the first. Classical to serve. Ariskic serves received well. Good set here. Hudson forced to just volley it over. Live for another one. Braswell on the attempt on a spike. And a block attempt there to no avail. The strength behind Brooke Braswell is something that is noticeable here tonight. Senior, one of 9 seniors here for the Rams. Good set, nice touch there by Macy Cooper. (24-13). Julia Colarulo to serve for the Hawks. Up and over, dug out well by Classical's Libero. Good set. Jada Teata trying to volley it over and end this first set. Hudson on the move. Good set. Braswell on the touch. Everybody expecting the hammer, and Braswell just shows off the finesse there. 25-13. Classical is going to take the first set. We'll be back after this break.
Hello, I'm Kevin Burnett. I've been working at LETV since my junior year. Are you interested in creating media for your school or city? Lynn Educational Television is for you. Students like me have been producing media in Lynn since 1986. Students can be paid to film many of the city's various events, such as sports games and concerts. Students also learn various skills such as directing, audio and sound production, and editing. If this interests you, come down to the TV studio in B107 and talk to Mr. Donahue. If you're unable to come to the studio, you can email him at donahue@lynnschools.org. Join LETV today. Come to B107 and become a member of the crew.
Welcome back. Set number 2 underway. Classical taking the first one if you're just joining us here. (25-13) in the first set for the Rams. Hudson to serve. And Kylie Andrade tasked with that responsibility. Classical volleys over. Just in bounds, trying to dig it out there for the Hawks. Nehemiah Rasmussen can't get a good handle on it. First point of the second set goes to the Rams. Classical substituting Nadia Wanowski coming in for the Rams. And Emma Chevalier serve on a hot streak. Looks like she's going to get started again. Larissa Barroso trying to dig that one out. Didn't have a clean look at it. Point Classical, 2-zip here in the second. Dug out well by the Hawks. Volleys back over. Chevalier serves it up, sets it up for Braswell. Braswell with another spike. Brooke Braswell does it all here on the volleyball court. One of 9 seniors who's going to graduate this year. I was talking to Coach LeBlanc at the beginning of the game. I said, what are you going to do next year? With the utmost of confidence, he says, we'll be fine. Good attempt at a dig there by the libero, wearing number 4, Abby Horton. Horton not able to get a clean shot on that one. Rolls out of bounds in Hudson territory. Chevalier with the serve. Gets that one up and over and well past the serving area, out of bounds. Hudson gets their first point at the detriment of Chevalier. 4-1 here in the second. Julia Colarulo with the serve. Classical's libero digs that one out. Another good set. Far side of the court, trying to get it over into Brooke Braswell's wingspan there. It shouldn't be too hard. Azriela Jorge able to dig that one out. Hudson volleying, trying to get it up and over. No luck there. Jada Tejada to come in for the Rams, as well as Shayla Ariskic. And Ariskic to serve. Ariskic serve, well received. Hudson on the set, and a spike. Just out of reach of Azriela Jorge. Jorge trying to dig that one out. 5-2 here in the first set. Over to Hudson territory. Macy Cooper, senior captain, usually playing at the mid position with the serve. Jada Tejada gets that one up and over after the dig. Jorge sets it for Chevalier. Chevalier able to get a good touch there. 6-2 here in the second. Abby Horton to sub in. Macy Cooper will come off for the rest. Classical on the serve, Braswell. Good set from Chevalier. Over to Tejada. Tejada able to drop a point in against the Hawks. 7-2 in the second. Braswell in the serving area. She gets the net, and Hudson gets the point. Clarissa Lopes. She'll take the serve after the substitution. Classical's defensive specialist, ready, willing, and able. Serve well received by Chevalier. And another point, Hudson. Correction on that one. Shayla Ariskic dug that one out to keep the volley alive for the Rams. Clarissa Lopes on the serve. Gets it up and over, dug out by Tejada. The set by Chevalier. Tejada on the attempt on the spike, well received by Hudson. And Hudson able to spike it down and get another point. Nehemiah Rasmussen, the Hawk on the play. And the serve responsibility will stay down here in Hudson territory. Clarissa Lopes surveys the court. Up and over. Dug out well by Ariskic. The set gets to Tejada, and Tejada goes for a spike. And a little bit of extra coaching from Coach LeBlanc off the bench. 7-6 here, Classical. Dug out well by Ariskic. The set to Braswell. Touches it over. Braswell digs it out. The set ends up with Chevalier. Chevalier digs it out. The set from Braswell, looking to get up and over, and hits the boundary. 7-7, all tied up here in the second. And Lopes on a tangent here, trying to gain some points back here for the Hawks. Dug out well. The set. And the spike coming from Chevalier, I think it was. Attempted a block by the Hawks, failed. 8-7, Classical takes the lead in this set yet again. Hudson Libero digs that one out. Spike attempt. Classical able to keep it up and over. Volley back and forth. An attempt at a spike here. Stasia Winowski trying to chicken wing that one out. Didn't work out in her favor. 8-8. Nehemiah Rasmussen on the serve. Up and out. The defensive specialist has seen that one tonight and are ready, willing, and able to allow it to go. A few substitutions for the Rams. Meredith Kennedy coming in on the court. The serve coming from number 14, Melissa Ariskic. And Ariskic serve falls to hit the court. 10-8 here in the second. Ariskic with the serve, up and over, and just out of the boundary. 10-9 as the serve ends up with Hudson. Abby Horton, senior captain, the libero for the team. On the serve, up and over, dug out well by Winowski. Braswell trying to spike it down, received well by the Hawks. Up and over. The set to Chevalier. And Chevalier touches it over. Hudson libero trying to dig it out, just out of reach. 11-9 here in the second. Azriela Jorge to serve for the Rams. Up and over. Hudson with a good dig. And a nice little touch there to get it over from number 11, Kylie Andrade, sorry. Andrade, blocked by the classical mid. Jorge's serve received well. Blocked from classical in the volley. Jorge over to Chevalier. Chevalier with the set. Classical gets the spike, received well by Hudson. Defensive specialist up and over to Braswell. And Braswell got about 11 feet in the air to spike that one down. The kid's on fire tonight and a big part of this team, whether it's on the offense or defense. Jorge with the serve, up and over, received well by the Hudson libero. The set, way out. Last touch coming from Nehemiah Rasmussen. So Jorge gets to keep her job in the serving position. 14-9. Good set there and a solid touch. And a little bit of touch from Macy Cooper. Clarissa Lopes to come off. And Larissa Barroso to come in. Serving for the Hawks, wearing number 11, senior captain Kylie Andrade. Serve out and out of bounds. And Stasia Winowski says we're going to let that one go. Winowski comes out and replaced by sister Nadia Winowski. Chevalier to serve for the Rams. Up and over, dug out well by Hudson's Larissa Barroso. Not low enough to keep that volley up high. 16-10. And we're going to get a timeout here from Hudson. So Coach Intrieri going to chalk it up with the Hawks. I want to say thanks to those who are tuning in to Lynn Educational Television, whether it be on Comcast or Verizon or here on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell for all the up-to-date sports and events happening here within the Lynn Public Schools. I'm your announcer tonight, Sean Donahue. Working on graphics, we've got Ethan up in the perch bringing you these smooth and steady shots. This is my guy Davian, and we got our A squad here today. Two juniors who have been here for quite some time and couldn't do it without them, so happy to have these guys on board with us. And the final seconds of the timeout tick away. Rams ready, willing, and able. Front line made up of Meredith Kennedy, Brooke Braswell, and Nadia Winowski. Emma Chevalier to serve for the Rams, up and over. Rasmussen trying to dig that one out. misjudged the trajectory of the ball, and Chevalier gets to keep the job. 17-10 here in the second. Chevalier served, received well, dug out, the set, returned on a volley. Rams trying to keep it alive. Nice solid touch there by Braswell. And everybody was celebrating, and then they weren't, and now they are, and then they weren't. So that one's going to go back to Hudson. Julia Colarulo on the serve. Up and over, dug out well by Jorge. The set, Rasmussen on the spike. And Classical able to keep it alive for one volley. Melissa Ariskic lays out for that one. And can't get the handle that she wants on it. 17-12 here in the second. Colarulo serve. Dug out well. Try to keep it. That one's out of bounds. Point for Hudson. Nadia Winowski trying to straddle the boundary and just a little out of reach as that one hovers over the Classical bench. Colarulo with the serve, touches the net up and over. Jorge sets it up. Chevalier with the return. And the volley back from Hudson. A little too far out of bounds. 18-13 Rams over the Hawks here in the second set. Classical with a few substitutions. Taking the serving responsibility, Shayla Riskic. Riskic on the serve, up and over. Dug out well by Hudson's libero. Up and over by Rasmussen. Jorge sets it for Teata. Teata gets it up and over. Jorge again on the set. Braswell on the touch. The volley coming from number 5, Rasmussen. And Rasmussen able to get it up and over. Rasmussen goes down hard. And looks like she'll walk off on her own power. 18-3 here in the second set. And display of sportsmanship I've never really seen here at 235 O'Callahan Way. Volleyball, different culture. After Rasmussen fell down to the court, everybody on the opposite side all had hands to the mouths hoping that she was all right. And turns out that she is. Nehemiah Rasmussen playing in the outside hitter position today. Classical coming out strong, winning the first set 25-13 over the Hawks. 19-13 here, as you can see. I gotta get used to having a graphics guy here. I'm generally trying to give you guys a score verbatim. But we got one of our best and brightest here on the graphics machine. And the timeout. Over and abrupt. Nehemiah Rasmussen back out on the court. Well, that's good news for the Hawks. We'll head to Classical territory. Shayla Ariskic set to serve. And a little bit of back and forth between the officiating crew here. Division 3, round of 32. Classical coming off their third GBL championship in a row, boasting an 18-2 record. The game that's going on right now, Bishop Fenwick versus Greater Lowell Tech. The winner of that one going to play against Linfield. Classical with a 3-1 series since Coach LeBlanc took over. A solid spike by Rasmussen, dug out by Lynn Classical's libero, Azriela Jorge. And Jorge gets the biggest cheer of the game so far. And she's shrugging like that's just another day at the office. The set to Rasmussen, dug out well. Tejada volleys it over. Dug by Rasmussen. The set to Rasmussen. Blocked by Brooke Braswell. And Shayla Ariskic keeping it alive there, laying it out all on the line for the dig. I think she just really likes serving. 21-13 here in the second. Ariskic on the serve. Up and over. Dug out by the libero out of Hudson. Jorge, the set from Chevalier. Up and over. Received well by the Hawks. Rasmussen with the touch. Chevalier gets it over. And Jorge with the set. No point there for the Rams. A little bit too much strength on that one from Nadia Wanowski. So the serve responsibility was switch sides, 21-14 here. Macy Cooper with the serve, way far out. Classical defensive specialists say, no thanks. Senior captain Brooke Braswell up on the serve. 1 of 9 seniors here for the Rams. Her serve a little too strong. Up and over. And a transition in the serve will happen again. Larissa Barroso coming off, and Clarissa Lopes to take over the responsibility. Lopes to serve. The serve straight to the net. (23-15). Karen Diaz-Cruz, freshman, potentially the future of this program here. Dug out well by Hudson's libero. Up and over to Rasmussen. Diaz-Cruz doing the job to dig it out. Another set from Braswell over to Chevalier, trying to get the touch. And just out of bounds, 23-16. Rasmussen a serve for the Hawks. Dug out well by Braswell. Chevalier with the set. Tejada with the touch. Out of bounds for the Rams. 23-17. Rasmussen with the serve. Up and over. Diaz-Cruz digs it out. The set from Chevalier to Tejada. And Classical's very own number 18, Riley Bishop, trying to volley that one back, just a little bit out of bounds. And Rasmussen on a hot streak, 23-18. Braswell tries to dig it out, just a little out of reach for Emma Chevalier. And the Hawks digging themselves back into this set. Rasmussen with the serve. Dug out well. Chevalier with the set. Up and over. Libero from Hudson. Sets it for Rasmussen. Chevalier with the set. Tejada with the return. And a solid block by the Hawks. Allison Frechette playing in the mid position. Making it count, timeout from Coach LeBlanc to try to rally the Rams, as there's a lot of unanswered points in these last few seconds. So as I was saying, Linfield will be the host of whoever wins this one, or assuming that Linfield walks away with a victory over either Bishop, Fenwick, or Greater Lowell Tech. That game happening right now. The preliminary round underway, as well as the round of 32. Classical, no stranger to the MIAA Division III volleyball tournament. Last year, they lost in the round of 16 to Medfield. Medfield went on to win the state championship for Division III. The year before that, they were runners-up, so a solid program. And on paper, it looks like Linfield would be the team to face off against the winner of this one. If that's the case, Linfield kind of owns the series against the Rams 3-1. Braswell digs that one out and gets it into the proximity of Jada Tejada. Tejada tries to volley it back, but can't get a clean handle on it. 23-21, and this set just got a little bit more interesting. Rasmussen with the serve, dug out well by Lynn Classical's Diaz Cruz. Braswell serves it back. Rasmussen with the dig and trying to set up Kylie Andrade. Andrade's volley back, not enough strength, not high enough to get it up and over the set. 24-21. Classical breathing a little easier as Melissa Ariskic heads to the line to serve for the Rams. Up and over, way out. 24-22. Abby Horton, senior captain, to serve for the Hawks. Up and over, dug out well by Diaz Cruz. Up and over by Emma Chevalier, and the touch from the libero ends this set for the Rams. Rams will take the second set. And we'll be back after this break.
What is community? It's more than just where you live. It's where you feel safe, seen, and valued.
It's built on trust, respect, and working together.
Every small act, every helping hand creates a ripple effect.
Turning a negative moment into a positive one. Lifting each other up when we stumble.
Unity isn't just a word. It's the foundation of a thriving community.
It means embracing our differences and celebrating our shared humanity.
That's community.
Bring unity to your community.
Final seconds of the break ticking away as we head into the third set. Rams ahead 2. So just got the update. Fenwick beating Greater Lowell Tech. They're going to head to Linfield for the round of 32. So number 4 hosting number 29. The winner of that game will go on to play the winner of this game in the round of 16. So that's a big one. So first set went to Lynn Classical, 25-13. Second set goes to the Rams, 25-22. Getting really close as Rasmussen trying to dig the Hawks back into this one. Chevalier in the serving position for the Rams. And a bit of confusion here in the substitutions. And looks like Larissa Barroso will get the call. Head on to the court for the Hawks. Emma Chevalier with the serve. Dug out well. The set. Over to Horton. Horton volleys it back. Chevalier digs it out. A great job there by the Rams to keep their composure. That point going to go to number 16 for the Rams, Meredith Kennedy, after the set from Chevalier. Chevalier back to serve, 1-0 here in the third. Dug out well by Rasmussen. A set by Andrade. And Hudson able to gain a point and tie it all up here in the third. Kylie Andrade to take on the serving responsibility for the Hawks. Andrade gets it up and over. The set from Chevalier, Jada Tejada, and a block attempt. keeps that one alive. Braswell with a solid spike. Tejada to come on. And joining her is going to be Shayla Ariskic. Oh, Tejada's already on the court. Karen Diaz-Cruz. And Chevalier's serve is all net. That point's going to go to the Hawks, 2-2 here. As we rotate serving responsibilities. Clarissa Lopes to take this one. Serve from Hudson. Received well by the libero. The set from Chevalier over to Braswell for the kill. 3-2. Rams pick up the old job of serving. Braswell going back to take on the responsibility. Braswell's serve received well by libero out of Hudson. Chevalier showing set, going with the touch, getting the point. A little deception from the senior out of Classical. Senior captain. Braswell back to serve for the Rams, up and over. Horton gets the set, over to Lopes. And a block by the Rams results in another point going all green. Brooke Braswell trots back to the serving area. Gets it up and over. And Lopes trying to set that one up. Too strong of a serve from Braswell. And way out of reach for Horton to make it happen. Braswell on fire, 6-2 here. Horton sets it up. Another set coming from Andrade over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen spikes it down. Gets the point. Back to Hudson. Horton to take on the serving responsibility. For Chet to come off. And Cooper to come on. Set. From Emma Chevalier, Diaz, Cruz, making it count, gets the point. And she's gonna head back to the serving area. Freshman Karen Diaz-Cruz making her MIAA Tournament debut here against the Hudson Hawks. Diaz-Cruz with the serve, up and over. Gets herself an ace in her debut here in the tournament at the serving position. Diaz-Cruz being looked at by many as one of the founding building blocks to this team going forward. Shallow serve there, hits all net. 8-4 for the Rams. Cole Chaves to come in. And Chaves to serve, 8-4. Chaves with the serve. Way out. Braswell saw it coming from a mile away. 9-4 here for the Rams in the third set. Melissa Ariskic to serve for the Rams. Gets right to work. Dug out well. Tries to get the volley up and over. Chevalier with the set. And a good job by Riley Bishop. Keep that one alive. And a little out of reach. Meredith Kennedy, not for a lack of effort, trying to get there. Ended up hitting the boundary. Rasmussen to serve, 9-5 here in the third set. Last set, Rasmussen dug the Hawks back into this one, up and over. Dug out well by the Rams. Volleyed over by Braswell. Rasmussen right back to her. A little shallow misread by Brooke Braswell. Results in a point, Hudson. Kennedy playing at the outside hitter position, getting a little bit of extra coaching. Rasmussen's shot, serve up and over. Dug out well by the Rams. Braswell volleys it back to live for another one. They're set. And an attempt at a block from Chevalier. Bad timing. And that point gonna go to Hudson. Bella Duarte on the block. Rasmussen up and over. Diaz-Cruz gets that one. Chevalier, the set to Braswell. Chaves keeps it alive for the Hawks. Braswell to Chevalier, the set. Chaves keeps it alive. Chevalier up and over, way out of bounds. Meredith Kennedy, they were trying to feed the kid. Kennedy's gonna come out, and Ariskik gonna come on. And Jobs coming off the bench, keeping one of the longest volleys going for Hudson. Rasmussen 1 point away from tying this third set up. Jobs keeps it going again. Out of bounds. Good heads-up play by Karen Diaz-Cruz to let that one go. 10-8 here in the third. Azriela Jorge, libero for the Rams to serve. Blocked by the Rams. And the setter trying to get that one up and over. And the Rams doing the work up front. Jorge with the serve. Chaves receives it well. Out of bounds there. Bella Duarte trying to keep it going, a little bit too much strength on it. Azriela Jorge's serve touches the net. Point Hudson, 12-9 here in the third. And the libero for Hudson will come off. Good dig there by Jorge. The set from Chevalier and the spike from Braswell. An attempt at the block. Hudson misjudging where it was going to go. Braswell drives in another one for the Rams. 13-9 here in the third. Chevalier to take on the serving responsibility for the Rams. Up and over. Dug out well by Chaves. The set. Gets it up and over. Saved by Braswell. The set from Chevalier over to Braswell for the spike. 14-9. Great play by the duo you keep hearing about. Chevalier to serve again for the Rams. 14-9 here in the third. Up and over. Dug out well by Rasmussen. Chaves gets it up and over. The set for Braswell. Back over to Chevalier. And Braswell with the touch for another point. 15-9 Rams. Timeout here from Hudson. Coach Joe Intreri going to take the time to talk with the Hawks about how to dig themselves back into this one. And the competition is fierce. Here in the round of 32, the MIAA Division III volleyball tournament underway. Classical hosting the Hawks and hoping to get to the round of 16 yet again. Fenwick able to take the win over Greater Lowell Tech. They're going to head over to Linfield and play in the round of 32. Winner of that game will play the winner of this game. Chevalier to serve for the Rams as the final seconds of Coach Intreri's timeout ticks away. The chirp from the board means that we're well underway. Chevalier with the serve. Up and over. And a little bit of confusion by Chaves and Rasmussen on who should have been there. 16-9 Classical. Chevalier to get back to work from the serving position. Up and over, received well by Rasmussen. Hudson returns. Jorge gets the set. Diaz-Cruz volleys it back. Trying to get the touch. Braswell with the block for the next point. Larissa Barroso They're playing at the mid position. Tries to knock that one back. And Brooke Braswell, beast of the East. Rasmussen spikes that one down. Just a little out of reach for Chevalier. And the Rams rally as they got to get back onto defensive position. Kylie Andrade to serve for the Hawks. Andrade's serve well received by the Rams. Jorge digs it out and it still makes it up and over. The set from Jorge, received by Ariskic, and just a little out of reach to get the point. Andrade with the serve, forces the Rams defense to come up and dig it out. Braswell volleys it back, and a little confusion between Rasmussen and Horton. Horton gets the touch on the ball, but not enough loft on it to get it up and over. Shayla Ariskic with the serve, up and over, received well by Horton. Tapped up and over by number 11, Andrade. Classical gets it back. And Braswell with the hot hand, not sure how she got it herself, but she'll take it. 19-11 here in the third. Classical rallying. Well, we can't really call it a rally, but I'm running out of words to say. Ariskic with the serve. Rasmussen digs it out well. The set going over to number 17, Duarte. Jorge receives it well. The set from Chevalier over to Braswell. A little bit too much strength on that one. It goes out. Substitution for the Hawks. Duarte to come off and Lopes to come on. Lopes will take the serving responsibility for Hudson. Lopes with the serve. Dug out well by Tejada. The set from Chevalier over to Diaz Cruz. Diaz Cruz gets another point in her debut in the tournament. Jorge comes off. And the serve a little shallow. 20-13. Solid deficit to be getting out of here for Hudson, but we saw him do it in the set number 2. Abby Horton's serve a little shallow, all net. And Diaz Cruz heading back to the serving line. Diaz Cruz serve, well received by the libero out of Hudson. Up and over, good set, over to Rasmussen. Diaz Cruz makes it, digs it out. A touch from Chevalier. Rasmussen serves it back. The set from Chevalier, over to Tejada, up and over the net. Right back, good block by the Hawks. Set here, good touch. Tejada keeps it alive, over to Braswell. Up and over. Rasmussen on the attempt for the spike. Point Classical. Can't touch the net. It's a big deal. 22-13. Classical 3 away from heading in to the round of 16 yet again. Diaz Cruz on the serve. Up and right over to the net. A little shallow on that one. Hudson with an opportunity to dig themselves back into another set. Chaves to come on, and Duarte to come off. Chaves going to head back to the serving line. That one's up. Diaz Cruz saves it. Chevalier digs it out. Tejada volleys it over. Received well by libero out of Hudson. Attempt at a spike there. Squandered by Brooke Braswell. Braswell digs it out. Touches the top of the net and just rolls over. Tejada to come off, as well as Ariskic. Kennedy on. And Melissa Ariskic on to serve from the serving line. Up and over, touches the net, point Classical. One away from the round of 16 of the Lynn Classical Rams. Ariskic with the serve, up and over, received well by the libero, not well enough. Classical gonna walk away the victory. Third set, won 25-14 from the Rams, and boy howdy, what a way to start off the tournament for the Lady Rams here at Lynn Classical. This has been a joy bringing you this one. Really happy to have been able to get down here. Best of luck to the Rams. Rams playing against the winner of the Linfield Bishop Fenwick round of 32 game. Hopefully we're able to see a matchup yet again against Linfield. If that's the case, the Rams will be away unless Fenwick can pull off a pretty big upset. Fenwick sitting right now at a 29 seed, Linfield sitting at a number 4 seed. So it'll be interesting to see how that one pans out later on this week. Classical with 3 sets and out. Hudson heading back on the long bus trip. A couple of standout players, Brooke Braswell as well as Emma Chevalier, 2 senior captains. Coming in, making the impact, freshman Karen Diaz-Cruz, Azriela Jorge doing a good job. Both the Ariskic sisters doing what they need to do, and the Winowski sisters, everybody playing really well. Good team win here by the Rams. Well, from 235 O'Callahan Way, I'm Sean Donahue, thanking you for tuning in. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, smash that notification bell for all the up-to-date sports and events happening right here in the Lynn Public Schools. I want to say thanks to our crew. We got Ethan on graphics and Davian on camera. Well, that's all we got here from Lynn Classical. Rams go on to win it, heading into the round of 16 MIAA Division III tournament. Thanks for tuning in. This is us from Lynn Educational Television, wishing you all the best.
Since 1986, Lynn Educational Television has enabled students to work in the television industry and learn how to produce media. LETV creates working opportunities for Lynn students, giving them the benefit of gaining real-life work experience in production. Lynn Educational Television brings value to Lynn students, delivering standards-based curriculum in the classroom from middle school to high school. LETV creates future generations of media professionals.
Welcome everybody to the MIAA Volleyball Tournament's Playoff Round 1. Today's game is being played between Lynn Classical High School and Hudson High School. Lynn Classical's record is astounding at 18-2, while Hudson's record is 9-10. Today we are at Lynn Classical High School's gym for this game. Let's get straight into it. We're here with Lynn Classical High School's volleyball coach, Mr. LeBlanc. Coach LeBlanc, how do you feel about today's game before it starts?
I feel good about it, but I'm also a little apprehensive. I know that Hudson plays in a good conference. They play good competition all year, and they've made it to this point in the state tournament, and they want to win just as bad as we do. So, for our kids, we need to make sure we go out there and play as hard as we can every point, because when you get to the state tournament, you have to take it. Nobody's going to give it to you. So, as long as my kids play hard, I think we'll be okay, and if not, we might be in trouble.
Classical pulled in the victory at a 3-0 win. What were the key points of today's victory?
I felt like our energy was really good, and we worked so hard as a team, and we just kept pushing no matter what the circumstances were during the whole game.
Great to hear. Yeah. We're looking a bit forward to the future here, but what do you think about who's coming back next year?
I think that this group is a really great group. They have a lot of talent and they're a lot of leadership, and I think they're going to do really great, and people are going to step up and lead like this year.
Yes, I agree.
That's great to hear. Well, that's all from us over at Lynn Classical High School Gym. Wishing you all the best.
Classical gonna walk away the victory. Third set, won 25-14 from the Rams, and boy howdy, what a way to start off the tournament for the Lady Rams here at Lynn Classical.